It's fun, isn't it? It's even a Germany game.
Kane couldn't get on the end of a bouncing shot. Top
spin,
which took it into the hands of Manuel Neuer. Germany in their change for all black, defending the end of the ground, which houses the majority of the German supporters.
I found out today it was on BBC, and I refused to get a license. And there's probably some other wizard way of reading it.
Out of the right-hand side for Joshua Kimmich. His right-footed ball swung inside the penalty area, headed away by Walker at the back post. And Germany have the first cornerstone. Yeah, it was Kimmich there who put the cross in, and what England have got to watch out for, he's fairly new into the German style. Goslin's the left wing back. Whilst where he's different probably from the other three wing backs on the pitch, he likes to come inside, get in the box and get in goal scoring areas, and got a very good goal scoring record. In comes the corner towards the near post. Carl Walker's done well to wrap his right foot around Victor's.
I want to get pardon tired. I'm German people. Not German people, German.
England again repelled the threat. German match still.
I don't want to be a blind test.
15 yards or so from the corner flag. 3 minutes gone here on TalkSport. Jim Bradford, Stuart Pearce, Sol Campbell talking through the action here at Wembley, underneath the arch. Such a metaphor, that arch, for England's fortunes over the years, up and down, but the England on the front foot today. It's Germany that have started with the majority of possession. More than happy to try and take the game to England, which may actually suit England well. Havertz towards the edge of the penalty area, trying to release Timo Werner. Declan Rice stops him getting a shot in, but the clearance only falls for Goretzka. And Jordan Pickford can just collapse forward onto a 30-yard shot from Goretzka. And Carly bring it into his body. It's 4 into the encounter, and it is still 0-0. Havertz has got into some very intelligent positions, received it on 2 or 3 occasions on the half turn.
I don't get that.
The back three, and certainly Phillips and Rice have got to be aware of where he is on the pitch. John Stones in the middle of the three centre halves for England, playing the back three for the first time in 2021. Last 8 games, we've seen them utilise a 4. As mentioned earlier, this is the first time that these 3 have played together as a back 3 since the World Cup semi-final.
I don't know formations or anything.
And they've already had a fair bit of work to do. First time by Kai Havertz in the midfield.
Down, because I said it.
Phillips played down to the left wing. Overhead. Kieran Trippier's got all the time in the world to run after that, bring it under control, and find Carl Walker. Then it pays a little bit of lip service of putting Walker under some pressure. Back pass towards Jordan Pickford was neatly controlled on his chest. He'll take another touch, and then as Thomas Muller applies the pressure, he guides it away upfield. Kane battling with Rudiger, loses that battle, had a fall from Rudiger, travelled a long way through the midfield and found Muller.
I've got a t-shirt, I'll take them out now, but I did have my blue and white earring in today. But somebody asked me if I was German because I was wearing like a pork pie hat. It's like Bavarian, so all in English shirts, drinking beer on the train. I said, only in the inside, and they were I did.
Rudiger, but something or nothing ball fall from him. Uneasily brought under control by Walker. 5.5 gone. It's 0-0 here at Wembley on top. I think Carl Walker holds a bit of a key with us in regard to getting out and playing out. He's got the ability to receive in that right central defence and drive forward into any space that will be there. Both Havertz and Muller won't fancy chasing him back, and he might create that overload we're talking about. Right, so able to get away from the first challenge of Muller, but then when Kroos sticks his foot in and wins it back, Germany very quickly will break forward. Havertz finding Muller. England regaining their shape in the blink of an eye. Saka sticking his foot into try and get it away from Goretzka. Playing much the better football in the opening 6 minutes or so, but no alarm as yet from an England perspective on Jordan Pickford's goals. He plays that one down towards the left-hand side. Trippier he used his body to ensure that it beat him out, and goes out of play for a throw, which will be taken on the England right-hand side. England, of course, team the goal in the tournament as yet, giving them the best defensive record. They're also only 2 goals going the other way, the lowest scorers of those teams left in the tournament. Germany try and bring it forward now. Werner's such a little bit too heavy, just to bobbled away off his knee. And Pickford out so quickly slams it upfield, where Sterling will get himself in a one-on-one with Ginter. Ginter did well, just nodded it down and found Kimmich. Now Goretzka can calm things down in the midfield and play it forward towards Thomas Muller. Nice turn by Muller, who draws Stones out of position. Played it through towards Goretzka. Goretzka entered the penalty area. And a free kick is given right on the edge of the box as Goretzka goes down. Two England players converging on him. And a yellow card is shown by referee Danny Macaulay. Goretzka bursting forward. Walker and Rice doing everything they could to get back. Rice pulling the shirt. And I think it's only the additional presence of Walker that has saved Rice from getting a red card.
Yeah, it certainly was. Two of them bearing down on him. I think he almost ran out of legs. I think Rice and Walker were tracking him down, and he wouldn't have got his shot away, I don't think, without a tackle coming in. He would have took an extra pace or two. But this game is very open. The Germans have settled into it quite well. And it's important, if we're going to feed players forward to our front three with the physical presence that the Germans have got, it's either got to be a decent ball in the feet, not a fight ball in the air, because Saka, Sterling and would throw Kane, even though he's very, very clever with his body, will struggle against the back three. We've got to move them around and take them into areas they're not comfortable with.
That's been a start to the game which has just brought a few worries and nerves, it's fair to say. Germany have settled much the quicker. And this is a big moment. Jordan Pickford with his back of his yellow shirt against the right-hand post as we look at it, making sure that he's lined the wall up in the right place. And there are five in the wall, a player down behind the wall. Kai Havertz has spotted the ball down. It is in the D, top right-hand corner of the D. So it's an angle that favours a left-footed shot. Toni Kroos is standing over it. Looks as though it's going to be set up for Havertz. Might be Kroos to Muller to control it. Havertz to strike it. Low. Ball did his job. And the cheers of relief. Although England to have a throw. There was going to be a corner, but have a throw to defend as Ginter then played it in and hit Sterling. And bounces down out of play for a throw right down by the corner flag.
I'm absolutely delighted to report that was probably an awful setup. Why would you take a touch and move the ball and allow the opposition to get within 3 or 4 yards of you before you strike it? You're 18 metres out from goal. They've really missed a trick there, I'm pleased to say.
10 gone, England 0, Germany 0. So I think Joachim Löw will be the happier of the two managers at the moment.
Yeah, Germany have settled down very, very well. I think we just got to, step it up. We've got to make sure we're worried, the midfield runs, and we're covering those runs and concentrating and not allowing that kind of third man run in the middle of the park.
Jose Mourinho giving a wonderful insight as always, but he did pinpoint that battle in the centre of midfield as particularly significant. And Kroos and Goretzka probably have their noses in front in these early stages. Rudiger, and back for Manuel Neuer. Out from him to Mats Hummels. Hummels, one of the World Cup winners in this team. A man that's scored a winning goal for France in this tournament so far. Germany have actually fallen behind in all 3 of the games that they've played up to this point. Turning it around to have a record of a win, a draw and a defeat from the 3 games that they've played. 3 defeats in the last 21 matches, but when they have an off day, they do tend to have a spectacular off day, as North Macedonia and Spain can testify this season. They've got possession, they've had the majority of possession almost since the first whistle. And he's with Kai Havertz, who's dropped that a little bit deeper to pick it up now. And he's trying to switch the play with a long diagonal out towards Robin Gosens. That's a ball that they will tend to try and play quite a bit. Kieran Trippier is standing, watching him, and again has very effectively marshalled his progress to make sure that it goes out of play for an England thrust.
Yeah, what the Germans have done quite well. Werner, it's his natural game. He likes to run in behind. He's making runs in behind. Our defence are backing off. And then it's creating those little pockets of space. Just on that occasion, Goretzka drifted into there. We've seen Havertz get into that area, and Muller will do it as well.
Trippier heading on a long throw down the touchline, turn back through the midfield towards Rudiger, but only after it had gone out of play for another England throw, which will be taken nearer the halfway line, midway between the edge of the penalty area and the halfway line. That was where the ball went out of play. They're not going to take it from there. They're going to edge forward and steal a good few yards, and then Trippier takes a throw intelligent into the feet of Sterling. And Luke Shaw very quickly had made a darting run down to the left-hand side, and Kimmich was oblivious to his progress. He's come across, and to think Shaw up now by the time the ball gets there. But that is a pass that is on for England. Now they'll try and switch it the other way. Walker coming forward from centre half. Played out towards Trippier. Trippier flicking it back down the touchline. Sterling. And Saka, good making progress. Saka shortly fouled, and it is a free kick to England down by the corner flag.
Yeah, we've just seen that situation where Cole Walker's find himself in that sort of just tucked in right back position, and every time he receives it on that build-up, he's got to drive forward, and all of a sudden he'll commit somebody, and it's like a chain effect then. Someone has got to come out of their slot, all of a sudden more room for the likes of Saka, Sterling. Game.
England's first set-piece opportunity. Will it be a more effective one than Germany mustered at the other end? Saka and Trippier are the two players standing over it. John Stones and Declan Rice, numbers 5 and 4 respectively. Both standing, both attacking the ball. Maguire is peeling off towards the back post. He's sending it back across the edge of the 6-yard box. Goretzka heads it away. Maguire won the second. Walker will just play the way that he's facing, and as he picks up the ball inside the centre circle, he works it all the way back for Pickford. England can then turn and build from the back. First contact won by an England player, encouragingly, inside the penalty area. Now Saka has done very well. Commit Gosens and then turn with possession. Lays it down towards Declan Rice. Rice down towards Luke Shaw on this near side of the England leg. 0-0 on TalkSport. We played 14 minutes. Kyle Walker has the ball at his feet. Winners of this one take on either Sweden or Ukraine in Rome. And you can find out who it will be in the game that kicks off at 8.